Yes, Trix. It's not food time yet. But we gotta go out and talk to the people about a very important issue and how we feel based on analysts and logic and what we know to be true or what we think will be true. What's your thoughts about that? Yeah. Okay. Well, you can go with me, okay? Let's go on outside. Talk to the people. Okay? Well, hello there, friends and family. This is a video I really didn't want to make, but I've thought hard on it for a long time. And I caught some crap on the last video from a certain subscriber, which I'm sure he's not anymore, and that's just fine. Really doesn't matter to me. You know, like I always say, I mean, I could wake up tomorrow and have 20 or 30 subscribers, and at least those would be my friends and family, my associates, those close to me, in my inner circle. But this video is going to be about, is COVID-19 real or fake? And I have spent a lot of time, hundreds and hundreds of hours, looking into this. I have looked into every research paper, article, and the videos of people in the last moments of their lives. And the one underlying thing is, but everybody still says, if you're elderly, and I'm a senior, in that, I'll be 64 next year, April 18th. And that. And if you have underlying health conditions, then even still, CDC says, our president says, and every other doctor and what have you says, that you should limit your contact and exposure. But to many people, and that, if you come out here and do a video or you express your opinions based on your own personal experiences, situation, and lifestyle, then if it don't go along with their narrative that it's a globalist conspiracy, it's a plandemic or scandemic, then they're not happy with you. See, they don't tolerate others' opinions, beliefs, or analysis. No, they don't. I do, and that's why sometimes, even though some of the comments are rather brutal, and people tend to be rather personal, I leave them. And I let y'all decide in our community. And that. And in the last video about the Kitten Crew update and the Kitty Crew, which are not too far from me. In fact, Spooky here is sniffing around right beside me, and Cleo is only about 6-7 feet away from me. And you can hear the birds. It's an overcast day. But anyway, is this real? Is COVID-19 real? Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is COVID-19 is a BS name. That was put on SARS-CoV-2, the actual name for the virus, by International Society of Epidemiologists, and that because the World Health Organization didn't want the stigma or the association of SARS, and that because, you know, the Asian population in many Asian countries would be associated with it and panic, have all that fear. But SARS-CoV-2 is the actual virus. And I really don't know to this particular day if it's real or if it's not. This is what I do know. I do know people in our community have commented and have told me that they've lost family members, their mothers, their fathers, their brothers, and their sisters, and that. And we prayed for them. You can go back through my past videos and see that. And granted, from the very get-go, it is said COVID-19 is most threatening if you have underlying health conditions. And I do, like many of y'all do out there. I have COPD, and I have emphysema, high blood pressure, and that which leads to heart disease. So I'm more susceptible. But that being said, I would also be more susceptible to having complications and possibly dying from many of the different strains of the flu. So I also worry about that. You know, I try to limit my exposure. And that, you know, I wash my hands. I do all that. Now I don't, up until this year, didn't wear a mask. And that, and the only thing that's changed this year from years past, trying to avoid the flu, because I can't deal with the complications of added respiratory distress. And that's where the COVID-19 or SARS-CoV-2 comes into play. Yeah, maybe it's not all that bad, but if you already have respiratory problems like I do, and then you do get the COVID-19, it can be the last nail in your coffin. I mean, granted, that's a fact. And even those who want to say it's not all that bad, 99% of the people in the world survive. You know, it sucks to be the 1%. Think about that. It sucks to be the 1% that you, in your family, your husband, wife, daughter, child, grandma, great-grandma, whatever it is, and that. And like I said, I've watched the videos. I've watched people die from this. And it don't look pretty to me. So, yeah, I limit my exposure. Now, I do know this virus has really taxed a lot of people. It's brought great disruption into their lives. It's brought great disruption into mine. Now, I want to do some traveling locally, not, you know, internationally. And that this year, and I want to take y'all along with me. And I'm not doing that. I'm staying here on my place as much as possible. Now, I do go out on occasion, as you've seen. But, see, that's my belief, opinion, based on my own analysis and that. And I respect everybody's choice in however they believe or whatever their opinion they formulate. But you know, so many others, they don't do that. No. If you have a difference in opinion of them, no, they're just going to get hateful and attack you. It's just the way they are. But then they want to say they're, you know, upstanding people. The two just don't go together. Trust me, they don't. And that. And as long as they don't get up in my face and cause me any personal grief or harm, for the most part, I'm good with it. Believe what you want to believe. Based on your own experiences, your life, and circumstances. But for me, based on the fact that I have COPD, I have emphysema, moderate, I have high blood pressure, and that, all those factors come into play, whether it's the flu or COVID-19. And I could die from it. I could die from a severe case of the flu. Just like I could die from a severe case of COVID-19. Now, I have some personal experience with COVID-19. Because as all of you all know, it's been with the channel anytime, you can go back and see my son was infected with COVID-19. And even though James had fairly mild symptoms, the rest of his circle of friends and employees also contracted it. And all of them but one had mild to moderate symptoms. They took over-the-counter drugs and, remedies. And they got through it. And so far, by what they've told me, they have no long-lasting consequences. But there was one that had severe problems and had to be hospitalized and put in the ICU. That was 1 out of 8. And you said, well, there you go. It's just 1 out of 8. Now, he did survive. Thank God, and I was praying. And just like when any of y'all put down in the comments that you have sisters, brothers, and mother-in-laws, and that mothers, fathers that are also infected. And like I said, I've read, several of y'all out there have had people pass. And that. But the one thing I want to say is this. Okay, let's say it's plandemic, scamdemic. It's part of that globalist conspiracy, 2021, 2030. Of course, any individual that's read 2021 agenda, supposedly, and then read the 2030 knows that 2030 cancels out 2021. And I'm sure there'll be a 2050 soon. Just my opinion. But how could it possibly be that out of all 195 sovereign nations, and I looked it up, that's how many sovereign nations there are as of 2019, they're all saying it's real. How is it that 99.99% of all doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals, and I have yet to find one epidemiologist or virologist that says it's fake? Now, I know many of you, oh, well, there's Dr. So-and-so and so-and-so, and yeah, and y'all sent me videos. You sent me articles. And I go and I watch them and I read the articles. But then, you know what I do? I look into their background. I dig a little deeper. Are they physicians? Are they virologists? Are they epidemiologists? No, they're not. They're PhDs. And hell, I could start tomorrow, go to one of my local universities, Auburn or Alabama or whatever, and I could start working on me a PhD and get doctor in front of my name too. Yep, sure could. And that. And I know politicians on both the left and the right. Some say it's real, some say it ain't. Some promote masks, some don't. Now, first I'm going to tell you about the mask is, if you don't got a well-fitted, at least an N95 on your face, then you're fooling yourself. I did a video way back in the beginning about masks. Which ones were useless or better than nothing, which ones were the best, right up to gas masks, which I have. Which I'm going to tell you, if I strapped them on and went in public, ain't nothing getting through them. As of yet, I haven't done that. But yeah, if you got one of these little cloth things on or a bandana, the best you're doing is keeping large droplets carrying the virus from spreading to other people. And that the actual virus is extremely tiny. I understand all that. And I understand that if you're in a closed situation, controlled environment, your exposure goes up. I mean, that was proven on the cruise ships. But I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours. I'll guarantee I got 1,000 more hours looking into this. And I'm still at that stage where, is it real or is it fake? But here's my thought. We all have a choice. Now, if you're a young person, if you've got an excellent immune system, if you've got no underlying health conditions, yeah, I can see your point. Go for it. And I hope you survive. But for me, I don't have any of that anymore. I'm 63, going on 64. I have COPD, emphysema, high blood pressure. Hell, the only one I don't have is diabetes and overweight. Otherwise, I'd have all the underlying health conditions that have been shown and proven to greatly increase your chances of dying from COVID-19. So yeah, I think, you know, I'm not working anymore. I don't have to work. And that, I have my own place here. And that, it's not like way out in the country, but, you know, it's a large enough place. If I don't let nobody on the property, I don't got to deal with no people. And that. So, I can stay isolated except when I want to go out. But am I telling all of y'all to do that? No, I'm not. You have to make that own decision for yourself. Just like I said, you got to look at your own circumstances, your own life, your own needs and wants. And God knows I hope y'all learn needs and wants. And that, and decide whether you should go out and expose yourself or not. And if you choose not to, like I do 99.9% of the time, then don't. Even the President of the United States said in his last, I think it was a rally, for those that are elderly and have health issues, if you want to stay at home, that's what you should do. Now, granted, he's elderly too. He's got 8 years on me. And he came through it in flying colors. Thank God. I'm so proud. Of course, now he has the best medical care on the face of the planet. And that, not like you and I would have. And I don't care what kind of health insurance you have. You're not going to get the same care and treatment as a President of the United States. Trust me, you won't. But anyway, believe what you want. And I'm just going off what I read, what I watch, and that, what I have experienced personally through my son, you know, his employees and friends, and close circle of friends, what happened, and make my own decision. But you have to make your own. That's just the way it is. I've made mine. Now, let's say you're one of those ones, you don't want to wear a mask. You just want to go out there and live life, get everything back normal. Do I hate you or berate you or talk bad about you? No. I've said it a dozen times. That's your personal choice. That's what's so great about America. You got the freedom to do as you want, as long as it harms none. Now, if you decide to go out in public, expose yourself, and you bring it back home to your grandparents, great-grands, mom and dad who might be elderly, well, here again, that's your personal choice. And that, well, hopefully, they won't be affected by this. There's something else I know, because I've been looking at this almost several times weekly. This particular virus, SARS-CoV-2, has been constantly mutating. It mutates from person to person. It's been doing this since the beginning, just like SARS did, which was the original SARS virus. And that. Come on up here, Cleo. See, Cleo, she has to come up here and see y'all. Don't you, Cleo? You want to sit here with Papa? She's clawing at my leg. Anyway, it's been constantly mutating. And there are websites where you can look at this and see how it has been mutating from country to country, population to population, person to person. And the one thing, and I've said this in past videos, it has been getting less deadly, but more infectious. You know, sort of like common cold. And that's where a lot of people want to go with this. Some of the common colds are caused by coronavirus. You know? And that's true. Yep, sure is. And thankfully, what happened with the original SARS virus is it mutated to the fact that it just became benign and died away. And from the very get-go, I was hoping the SARS-CoV-2 would do the same thing. It looks like it's trending that way. Yep, it's gotten far more infectious, but far less deadly. But also, we've also found therapeutics, medicine, that helps with that. And the number of respirator assisted cases have come down, the number of ICU cases, the number of hospitalizations have come down, and that. So to me, even though infections may be up, positive testing may be up, overall consequences from it is getting lower and lower and lower. But based on my own health issues, do I want to go out and just walk up to somebody that's tested positive for coronavirus and say, you know, just spit in my face, cough on me? I just want to get it over with. No, I don't want to do that. And that's my choice. You hear that, crab face? Unlike you, who thinks anybody who don't agree with you is just a terrible person. I'm sorry, but just had to call them out. You know, if you want to make a comment on my channel and you want to be extreme, personal, you know how we're going to deal with that from now on? Cleo told me. We're going to call you out. Ain't we, Cleo? Because if you can't stand up for what you said, then why stand at all? I stand up for what I say, what I believe, and what I analyze and logically think. You know what? I don't have a narrative. I've never told y'all to self-isolate, you know, just... No, I've always left it as a personal choice. So I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe he or she, I don't even know if it's a he or a she, is having a bad day. But this was a video I really didn't want to put out. But I have a close circle of associates, friends, and family. And we discuss things a couple times a week on the internet. It's only by invitation. It's a very limited group. And it may be about politics, health, finances, what have you. And within that, they said, you know, especially after they saw the video in the comments, they said, you know, Mr. Tom, you just need to go on and tell how you feel, how it is. And how it is I make decisions based on my circumstances, life experiences, what I've analyzed and logically thought through. Not every person's going to do that the same way. Some will. Some won't. But you've never heard me attack another person. And I personally feel sorry for those who feel the need to attack another person. Now granted, in my younger days, maybe this person's a young person, I would lash out and say things and do things that now, at 63, would I? No. But as you age, hopefully, you gain wisdom, insight, knowledge. And you grow as a person. So, is COVID-19 a globalist conspiracy? Well, so every country in the world is in on the plan. 99.99% of doctors, nurses, epidemiologists, and virologists, they're in on the scheme. As well as every politician. Right? Well, I may be a dumb ass Southern boy, but I think that's highly unlikely. And I think if you have health issues, or you're already compromised like I am, or you don't need even the flu, or you struggle with the cold, then you may want to take what precautions you deem fit and viable to protect your health. That's my thoughts. So y'all, got Cleo in my lap, loving on me. And it's a bright sunshiny day. Me and old Cleo here. We're gonna get to doing some things. See, she's right here. Say hi, Cleo. Say hi to the peoples. Oh, you say hi? She does. She does hi. Yeah. But really, she just wants to lay in my lap and be stroked. So, I do hope this all finds y'all safe, well, happy, with your family, your friends, your loved ones. I want you to make the choices that you feel you must, based on what you know, what you feel, and your circumstances in life. Just like I'm going to make mine. And I don't care what anybody out there thinks is right or wrong. Because in the end, I got to make my own. That's just the way it is. That's what freedom's all about. It's about your ability to make your choices and live as you wish. Here again, is at arm's length. So tell me and old Cleo here, see you on the next video. Y'all take care. Stay safe out there. And God bless you, your families, and loved ones. Till we see you on the next video. Goodbye for now. Cleo, you're just a mess all in my lap. You just all in Papa's lap while I was sitting there talking to the peoples. In fact, you were getting perturbed because I wasn't giving you enough attention and loving, huh? You soaking up sun. You know, I love you, baby. Oh, you give me love bites. Are you giving me love bites? Why do you give me love bites? Why don't you just give me love lickings, huh? I love you, baby. Come on. Gotta head her on in. See what old Trix has to say, okay? You know, I get tired of people that are not tolerant of others. And I strive to be. Oh, look at these nice honeysuckles right here. Ooh, doggy. Yeah, you pull that stem out and there's that just little bitty drop of honeydew on the end. Very sweet. I remember that from my childhood. Maybe y'all do too. Well, like I said, we got to go on in, see what old Miss Trix has to say. I mean, all truth. It was Trixie that was more upset about some of the comments from the past video than I was. And she asked, "Oh, well, Papa, you gonna stand there and take that?" You know, I told her, it is what it is. Everyone's got the right to believe what they believe. And I believe what I believe. I respect beliefs, as long as you don't try to shove them down the throat of anybody, and I don't do that. But let's go see what she has to say now. What, Trix? I went out and did like you said. I talked to the folks, told them what our opinion was based on circumstances and our lives, our beliefs, analysis, and the logic. No, probably won't do no good. I agree. Yep, some people, they're just not tolerant of others. But we are. Unless they get hateful or too personal, right? What do you think? Okay. I love you too. You gonna say goodbye? You gonna say goodbye? Okay. She said goodbye. Later, all.